The Wii U is singing its swan song, so let's look back at all of the console's last games.
Let's go!
That was very shocking.
I tried to juke you out as much as I possibly could.
Phew. So, Paper Mario Color Splash is out now, and it's the last like original exclusive Wii U game
from
we're
Nintendo.
getting. Did you say Nintendo?
From Nintendo.
Oh, we're getting Breath of the Wild, of course, but that's multi-platform. So the Wii U is pretty much wrapping things up. So got me thinking, what are the last games that came out on all the consoles that Nintendo made, and then you also brought another aspect to the show.
Indeed. So we're going to go over the last first-party game and then the last game overall. Sometimes there's a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
For the most part, though.
But sometimes third parties make the last game.
So for the NES, the last game to come out was WARIO'S Woods, and I think this is one that's like more well known to be like the last game.
Yeah. It's kind of a crazy, complicated puzzle game. It's like a puzzle game where you have an actual character running around moving things, and that's really tough when you can't like interact directly with the pieces and turn them and stuff. It's tough. So let's talk about the SNES. The last game that Nintendo made for it was Kirby's Dream Land 3.
And this one, it really shows, and this is something that we can talk about as we go, is does it really like show as like the last game? Like they actually use the console to its full potential. And
like a lot of times Zelda ones are, they're at the end of the life cycle. And then I think Kirby too. Wasn't Kirby for NES towards the end? And that used the hardware to the max.
Indeed.
Kirby for NES is really impressive, and this one is too.
It is. The artistic style is fantastic. It's beautiful. For third party, the actual like very last game released for the SNES was Frogger.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much you can say about Frogger.
We could do Frogger in real life. We could run out in front of traffic.
Hey, Mega 64 did that.
Really?
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, they did it.
Maybe.
It was pretty funny. So the last game for the Virtual Boy was 3D Tetris. Kind of a weird game. I haven't played it, but I've seen it played, and it's weird because the camera like moves around to show like, ooh, this is 3D.
How do you see it played? I mean, you can't watch anybody play Virtual Boy.
Well, through emulation or whatever.
So you're just participating in illegal actions.
Yeah, like the crew is. The crew was for our
no, he owned the cartridges.
Well,
okay.
Well,
we just had to capture some footage.
Why do you assume that the person that I watched it from doesn't?
Why do I assume that you run with illegal friends all the time?
Yeah.
Good question, Simeon.
Yeah, why would you assume that?
We'll talk about that later. So for N64, the last game that Nintendo made was Mario Party 3. Does it show the hardware well? I don't know. I don't think it did anything too taxing, but did they make a really fun last game? Yes, they did.
I agree. It was a blast.
Yeah.
The last game from third parties and the last game of the console's life cycle was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Yeah.
And I find this really interesting because by that time, you know, they were making Dreamcast games and whatnot. And
Nintendo was?
No. But like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was on Dreamcast and it was on N64. Like N64 had 1, 2, and 3. And that's pretty impressive for a console to live that long.
Totally.
All those games.
And same with Mario Party, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, indeed.
GameCube, the last Nintendo game was Twilight Princess. And it was one of those situations where people were like, you told us this was a GameCube game, now it's coming out on Wii first. That was probably a little bit offensive. I didn't mind. Probably most people were on board with Wii.
And then it came out and everybody complained because the waggle and everything. Madden NFL 08 was the last game released for GameCube.
Not too much to say about that one, but sports games generally come out like the year before. They say on the box art, so this was probably like a 2007 game, and that's a little bit late for GameCube. Like,
yeah, it is.
Late 2006 was Wii time.
Yeah.
So the fact that this still came out is interesting.
It is. That's kind of an oddball.
And then for Wii, Zelda did it again with Skyward Sword. And I think this is a great last game.
I think so too. I think it used the Motion Plus to the best of the ability that they could.
Yeah.
And I think it works well.
This game gets pooped on by IGN, Game Informer, just outlets these days. They don't look back on this game very favorably, but you're playing it.
I am.
And we'll hear from you about it soon. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think you will hear about me soon. The last ever game for Wii was RODEA the Sky Soldier. Now this one is really interesting because I mean you can tell right away that it was made by the same people who made Knights, and it looks pretty good for a Wii game. But this game was also released on Wii U, and the Wii U version was worse than the Wii version.
That's crazy, man.
Like, it looks worse.
Yeah.
It looks worse on the more advanced...
That's bad. They probably tried to rush it out.
Yeah, but the Wii version apparently is pretty good, so maybe give it a try.
Yeah. We did touch on Wii U, so we can move right along to the handheld versions and for Game Boy.
Yep, Pokemon Yellow, which I didn't realize was the last... Game Boy game, but it was good.
That's a solid last hurrah.
Indeed.
For Game Boy Color, it was also Pokemon with Pokemon Crystal. And Game Boy games, it's hard to judge like what uses the system very much.
That's true.
But I think Pokemon games do.
Yeah, I think they do. I think you can look at a Pokemon game and say, this has so much packed into it that it's going to use it to its full ability no matter what.
Yeah, and they usually stick around on the previous console for a while. Yeah. Like, they made Black 2 and White 2 for DS before 3DS, and people are like, why aren't you making 3DS games? And they really like to squeeze everything out of the console. Indeed. And the install base being larger.
The last, the very final game from third parties for the Game Boy Color was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Woo! Woo! A lot of these last third-party games are like, woo, some of them are gems.
Yeah, but usually they're just like, can we please keep cashing in a little bit, please?
Buy this game for this old console.
For Game Boy Advance, Final Fantasy VI Advance was actually published by Nintendo, even though that's a third-party game. They published it everywhere outside of Japan, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the last Game Boy Advance game, and I had never heard about this game before until I did the research on this, is called Samurai Deeper Kyo.
Oh, Deeper Kyo.
Deeper Kyo. So this is a weird name, and I know I'm American, but Kyo means large.
Yeah.
So when you're fighting Cloud in Smash Bros. And he does his, what's the overbeat called?
Cross slash Kyo!
He says Kyo, which means large!
Yeah.
I still love that Smash Direct reaction when he's doing that, and I was like, well, aren't you going to tell us what that means? Like, he says Kyo! And we're supposed to go, oh, that's cool! And they never tell us what it means, and you looked it up.
Yeah.
It means large.
Right.
Samurai Deeper Large. And I must say, this game looks great. And it really uses the Game Boy Advance graphical capabilities.
Yeah.
But it sounds so bad.
Right.
It sounds absolutely horrid.
You gotta name your games well, okay? We're not just gonna pick up any old Samurai Deeper Kyo. Alright? Yes, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, they were the last Nintendo games on the DS.
And once again,
the
they
3DS
wanted to
was well out there.
Yeah, they wanted to get everything they could in the game. And then the last game for the DS was FISHDOM, which is like a Facebook puzzle game.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
3DS, we do not know yet. We aren't sure if NX is really going to replace 3DS or not. I mean, it's Nintendo's best-selling thing right now, so we'll see what the plans are.
Could be something good.
Could be. It really could be Pokemon Sun and Moon again. So, could be Pokemon once more. Pokemon did a good job. Zelda did a good job. And all around, we have Some good things to be thankful for.
Indeed.
It's almost Thanksgiving, all right, guys?
Yeah.
Get your acting gear.
Yeah. Get your acting gear? Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Be ready to fake being thankful for something, because you know that when you sit down at Thanksgiving, somebody's going to ask you what you're thankful for, and you don't want to be going,
You want to be like Samurai Deeper Kyo.
Well, yeah. Let me get to my list of things that I'm thankful for. I am thankful for Samurai and Deeper Kill and Fishdom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to comment, because we want to hear what you guys think. If you've played any of these games, I'm sure you've played some of them. Maybe talk about some of the more obscure ones, things that people don't talk about more.
There you go.
Kirby's Dream Land 3. People don't talk about that.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.